Welcome Mr. TV Ramachandran.
Thanks, Ajay.
He is popularly known as TVR. TV is a global advisor for our IoT panel, and he is also the president of Broadband India, which is a policy framework organization. Since you are dealing with broadband and the other communication protocols which are there, we would like to understand that how the industry is bringing the sync between different protocols which are used and different ways the different mediums are used for communication within the IoT segment.
Yeah, this is a very relevant question that you raised, because the entire IoT ecosystem, IoT is in fact a big ecosystem within the broadband ecosystem. Mm-hmm. That's how I look at it. There you are drawing together different technologies. Not only wireless sensors and probably millions and billions, they're getting together RFID devices, radio frequency ID devices, and they're getting together M2M technologies. So 3 different technologies are coming together at least to make an IoT. And in fact, people tend to call it now not Internet of Things, but Internet of Everything. It's a very relevant question, and we are here talking humongous numbers, billions. So many different types of systems, protocols. These are very big challenges in the growth, and that's where the crucial role to be played by standards bodies. Mm-hmm. And I'm very happy that this is happening here today, the conference also. It's standards oriented. We in Broadband India Forum are heavily oriented towards standards, getting more a standards approach, not everybody doing an own thing.
Yes, correct.
Interoperability.
Yes.
Because of different devices running on different systems. Mm-hmm. We need to avoid that. Whatever are these other problems elsewhere could be magnified several times here because of the sheer size of our population.
And the volume,
And other countries, more advanced regimes have got advanced support systems already available, whether it is hospitals or health clinics, etc., or transportation system. I'm talking of different examples. Mm-hmm. Here in India, many of them are absent. So there's a huge opportunity for IoT to chip in and support that. But the challenge will be, how do we grow coherently? And the crucial role has to be played by standards bodies, whether it is TSDSI, whether bodies like Broadband India Forum and other industry organizations, to get together on common platforms. The Institution of Engineering and Technology does that.
IET.
We have a platform for that, for IoT work. So these are matters which will require more and more momentum and support. And one of the key driving influences in this would of course be our national regulator and the policy maker, the Department of Telecommunications, who are doing that. Policymakers are very heavily involved in it. Regulator is very closely involved in it. The regulator's recommendations on M2M communications have come out some time ago, recently, and it's now before the Department of Telecommunications to take a decision on that. And these are excellent recommendations, which are the harbinger for good growth for this country, if implemented. So the necessary right steps are being initiated by the regulatory and policy authorities, and industry is coming together, as we see in the conference today. People are coming together to discuss these issues and through consensus arrive at a common approach and work to standards. So if we do that, I think the sky is the limit in terms of what we can deliver for India, particularly because India is so handicapped on real physical infrastructure. IoT, for me, is the invisible infrastructure. The more it permeates everywhere, we will be advantaged as a nation.
So it can be a good thing for us, since we do not have any other thing, we can actually straight away go to that layer.
Exactly. We leapfrog to that.
Yeah, we leapfrog to that. Right.
Yeah, we have done that in cellular and GSM. We skipped analog and leapfrogged into GSM, digital standard.
Right.
Similarly, we are more or less leapfrogging into 5G. We're coming into 5G.
Yes.
Because 3G was not really so successful here. So we can leapfrog. We have shown the ability to leapfrog in India. Indians are very tech savvy. So I meet so many young entrepreneurs who are into application of IoT for very crucial areas for like water management. Water is a big problem in India, availability of water. And water management startups are there. We have given startup awards in IET for such healthcare people are getting into. So we are.
Agri-tech is another big area.
Agri-tech, of course, agri-tech. But one of my friends has gone into that right now.
Okay.
So it's a very
and we are agrarian society. We need these kind of support.
We need these things.
Okay. So while we are working on this, industry is working in trying to bring them together. And since it is going to be data transitioning from X place to Y place, the cybersecurity becomes equally important issue.
Yeah.
How the industry is looking at that? Is there a common national framework we have for the cybersecurity?
See, that is going to be something which is evolving.
Okay.
And in fact, no country has got a real answer for it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Things are growing so fast. And see, the cyber criminals are also very innovative.
Yeah.
They keep developing new things. So you can't say that you've found one foolproof way and stick there because things are changing all the time. So one has to be ever alert. We believe that laying down too many hard rules may actually be defeatist in this purpose. We should have flexible rules so that we adapt to change and we are always at least in step with the wrongdoers or criminals. I would like to, I believe that in the US, for example, some countries, they have this sort of approach, but the rest of it which goes also is very important for India. We tend to somewhat slip there. We need to be very hard, very tough when we catch a cyber criminal. The penalty, the imprisonment, there are models available elsewhere. So, see, that deterrent must be there to stop.
Correct.
Like we have talked about in India recently in the case of, unfortunately, a rape incident.
Yeah.
All these years we have been sort of...
so the deterrents are not there. So
unless a strong deterrent is there, we'll have foolproof systems, we can make systems, but there will always be ways of
penetrating into that.
So we must have that deterrent. That is my view. We should pick up those aspects also from the West in some way.
I understand that in the 5G technology, the security layer is getting discussed even before, we get into the main area. So is there any major architectural change which is required while working on IoT devices that, they should first think that and then move into the device development or sensor development?
I don't think so. There is no premature thing, a pre-development required in that sense. Because what I understand is security is going to be built into every stage of development. So once it is there at the back of your mind as a developer, as an innovator, that at every step I watch security. Like I said a little earlier, I can't put in just one security framework and say, okay, that will be one size fits all. Hereafter I can sit pretty, nothing will happen. No, that is not the way it's happening. Hackers are innovating every day.
Yeah.
So I have to do it at every step and keep monitoring and developing it. I think that's the way. It's going to be pretty challenging, but it can be done. I think it's good to do it.
Okay. Good, sir. That's what we wanted to understand from you.
Thanks
for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you. My pleasure.